Hey there, folks. I want to welcome you here today to a GCN update call. My name is James Ward. I'm excited to be here today. As you're coming on the line here today, why don't you just tell me where you're calling from? If you can let me know where you're logging in from, I'd love to personally welcome you here today. We're going to get started here in just a second. Hey, sorry about that. Welcome from Texas. If you're just jumping on here, we do want to welcome you here today. Please come out and just let us know where you are logging in from or dialing in from. We'd love to welcome you. Dean from Oregon, welcome. David from Las Vegas. Luis from Arizona, welcome. Troy from Ozark, welcome. See Al from Columbus, Georgia, welcome. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry about that. I hope everybody's having a great day. We're about to get started here. Ruben from Bulgaria, welcome. Mike from Milwaukee, welcome. If you're just jumping on here, I want to welcome you here to the GCN update call. This is kind of a special call. We don't usually do it on Mondays, but we have so much information. Welcome, Joe from New York, that I wanted to share with you here today. So we're going to get started. We're already 2 minutes past the top of the hour. So Tanya from Reno, welcome. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started here. If you're just jumping on, I do want to welcome you to the GCN update call. My name is James Ward, and I'm pretty excited about this call here today because I get to talk about everything that's going on inside of our company, get to update you on a few different things that we are doing, some things that are coming. First of all, I want to start with everybody who made it out to the Las Vegas event. That was by far I don't want to say our best event, but it was definitely up there. I mean, they just get better and better. That's why I think it's the best and it's fresh. But at the same time, we had some amazing people that came and joined us for that event. We had a great turnout. So very excited as we continue to do these. They continue to grow in size. We continue to attract more and more people to what we're doing. I'm a big believer in events, but I know that there's many of you out there, especially in the month of December. I mean, let's face it, it was December 14th. What are we, 10 days before Christmas if you celebrate? And even if you don't, I mean, it is the holiday season for all of us. So that can be really challenging for people financially, but a lot of people sacrificed. We had a lot of people, not just from Las Vegas, but from all areas of the country and even the world. So we're excited to have everybody here today as well. So I can give you some of the updates that they received, and then we're going to talk about many of the things that have been announced in case you missed some of those. I know, especially with emails, I just want to give one little tip here. Since we did just recently change our name to Global Credits Networks from Sports Trading BTC, we also changed our email addresses that our emails are coming from. So if you haven't done so, you're going to want to add corporate at globalcreditsnetwork.com to your contacts. So these emails will actually come to your inbox rather than your spam, just in case. I know not everybody's getting them to their spam, but I think that that's important. So if that makes sense, I hope it does. I want to make sure here, as we got people that are just jumping on, everybody can hear me loud and clear. You can see me. Just give me a number one. I want to make sure that we have some interaction here, so this can be a great call. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Brent. All right, thanks, Patrick, and it was great to see you in Vegas as well. So, all right, so here we go. I sent out an email last night. I want to get to the meat and the potatoes first so we can get past this and let you know kind of what's happening right now as a company, where we're going. Last night, we just announced that the maximum cap bonus is going from 1.13 to 1.02. I know at first glance, if I was just to tell it to you like that, that might be like, oh, well, they had a bad month. It wasn't necessarily that at all. I want to recap what we've done in the last 30 days inside this company. And I know some of you saw it on the email, but I want to speak just briefly about it so you have a full understanding of what we're doing, where we're going. And it will definitely, at least I think logically, it should make sense to you why there was a decrease instead of an increase. In the last 30 days, number one, we've had 2 live events. Obviously, we've been in Toronto, we've been in Las Vegas, right? Those are great things that we've done. In addition to that, we've had a name change. We've had a complete rebranding of our website, both the front of our website. We've rebranded the back office. Also, some of that rebranding process is still going on, right? We still have some landing pages that are being created. We have a new video that will be done, I'm sure, soon as well. So all those things that are coming are part of the last 30 days. Also, in the last 30 days, we launched a brand new service or product inside of our auctions, as you guys know. By the way, make sure you pay attention because we have some awesome ones coming today. So just keep that in mind. And all those things, like even the auctions, you have to think that we had to add new staff, right? Number one, we had to do a lot of different things. And speaking of staff, as you guys know, we've just recently created a Facebook, audience. We have an Instagram. So we hired a social media manager that assists us with that, because obviously we can't do everything internally here. And she's done an amazing job. So we're excited about the direction of our company, but with all those things being listed, those are all huge expenses to our company, right? And so when we talk about the profits that we're paying out and the ability for us to increase or decrease anything, it's based on the big picture. It's not, we've talked about that for many different times. So the reason why I tell you that is because, it's a small price to pay, I think, right this very second, for a huge gain as we go forward, which leads me into a little bit about what I want to talk about in regards specifically to the customer acquisition bonus, the company as a whole, how you're looking at things, and where we're headed as well. We talked about some of these things in Las Vegas, but I think they're important for you to understand if you're part of our company and you're really planting your flag here, which I hope each and every one of you are. So number one, the question, there were several questions that we got in Las Vegas, and at the end of the session, I thought it was pretty good, because what we did is we talked about the vision of where we were going, and then we just straight opened it up for Q&A, okay? And it allowed a lot of different questions, a lot of different things that people were on their minds that, we truthfully didn't know in several different areas, all the way from training people to the simplicity of what Bitcoin actually is and how people can gain access to it, to be able to use it, how they can teach other folks how to do it. In my mind, I never even thought about that. I didn't think about that someone would need to be educated on that, even though I know, right? I know that there's a lot of people, many people, the majority of people still don't know what Bitcoin is. They still don't have any idea how to get it. And it's the currency that we accept. So we need to educate our people on exactly what it is, how it works, and different avenues in which they can be able to use it, and also liquidate it if they want to use it for their family. So that's one thing that just popped up. The founder circle, being able to understand exactly what the founder circle is, what's included. There's been a lot of questions, a lot of misinformation out there on that. So we are actually having trainings on both of those this week. We had questions that came up about, all different things, in regards to the website. Is it complete? Are there edits being done? I'm a big believer that our website's never done. So when you look at our website here today, what you see, it will just continually get better, right? I mean, we wanted to do our rebranding. We wanted to do our name change as soon as we possibly could, because we wanted to make sure that as we go into 2020, our vision is completely clear, that we have clarity amongst all of our people. That's why we have calls exactly like this. And we'll be implementing more training calls as well to help you outside of just the overview calls. I know the overview calls are important, right? Because we want to give you a place that you can send people to learn about our company. But there's also a lot of different moving parts inside of our business that you may not be educated about. And, we were offering new member orientation for a long time. The turnout in which we were getting was not where it needed to be to justify the time that was being spent to do it. But what we can do and what we are going to do is start to create more videos to help people as they come into our system to completely understand things. Just like I said, just even as simple as the Bitcoin. But let's get back to the CAB, the change, the exciting things that are happening here. I mention all those things because, it's important for you to understand that from our side of the table, we can't just go out there and grab some number like most companies, because that's what puts you out of business. So we have to look at our big picture. And going forward as a company, our goal is to be the #1 entertainment company in network marketing, period, right? That's it. That's our goal, to be the #1 entertainment company in network marketing. If you look at the auctions that we just launched, what's it been, 2.5, 3 weeks ago? I think it's been 3 weeks ago at this point. It's been a real success. It's also been a little bit of a learning curve for us in many different areas, right? Because we had to beef up some of our staff. We had to make sure that the shipping, those things are a more well-oiled machine than what they even are right now. So, you guys have been very patient with us, and we appreciate that. But there's a lot of excitement being built around that. I had one person come up to me and told me that, the demographic in which their business was, like from a business overview call, as soon as we announced the auctions, as soon as we started launching these things, their demographic almost changed immediately from 90% men to more women than men, right? Because it was more attractive to them. And the reason why I share that is because I think that there's different strokes for different folks in any type of of format, right? Some people like Coke, some people like Pepsi. It's just, there's different preferences. So as a company, as we move forward, I want you to think about how many directions. I mean, we've only really been in business since late July, right? So we're in like month 5, but really just launched since October 1st. And in that short amount of time, just think of the things that we've been able to create here. We've created the game of the week. We have our sporting reports that people get to participate in. We have our drawing pool. And now we have our auction. So just imagine what other opportunities we have to move into from an entertainment standpoint that can begin to attract other people. I spent a lot of time on the auctions when we were in Vegas talking about how it's diversified us as a company in a way that we couldn't even imagine, because you see, like even today you're going to see some household products, you'll see some electronic products, you'll see some different things that are on these auctions today that people will want to compete for. And there's some of you that won't have any interest in them whatsoever. There's some people that will want to win everything, and there's some of you that won't even participate. But this leads into my topic here today, is where we're going from a company from a profitability standpoint. We got to ask the question, well, how do you guys make money as a company? What do you do, to do this and do that? So we were talking about those things. A lot of emphasis that we've made over the, since launching this program has been on our sports wagering side, which is obviously a profit center from a corporate standpoint, obviously, right? We've been very transparent with that. We even share with you the game of the weeks, which we can't be any more transparent than that, which, by the way, for those of you who participated last night, the Bills won and we were able to win that. So I was excited about that. But as we go forward in here to the auction business, we were getting the questions is, are the auctions really profitable for you? How can you actually do these things? So, we broke it down for people to fully understand how the auction works and how it can be profitable for us as a company. But here's what I'm going to tell you here today. It's not us, right? It's not us as a company that can make this a profitable endeavor when it comes to the auctions. It's you, okay? It's the members. It's the leaders setting the pace, right? If you're not a product of a product, if you're not out there participating in the auctions, how could you ever expect anyone in your organization to participate? How could you do that, right? If you're not willing to go out there and participate in the entertainment with the games of the weeks, with the drawing pools, with the auctions, how could you ask anyone else to do that? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's just like being in a health company, right? If you're not taking the health, the vitamins or the shakes or whatever it is that they sell you, if you're not doing that, how can you expect anyone else is going to do it in your organization? This is the same exact concept, right? It's just a different animal when it comes to the auctions, the game of the weeks, and everything like that. Now, I'm building up for you to understand that the direction of the company and where we're going is, when you look at what we do from a customer acquisition bonus, it's going to be all encompassed, okay? There's no more just looking at, hey, here's the sports and what we're doing. It's what are we doing in the auction business? What are we doing in the drawing pool auction? What are we doing in the other aspects of our business? The breakage of our business, right? All aspects, all encompassing of our business, including, the amount that we're throwing back into the field in regards to events. All those things lead to that ultimate decision that we make on the 15th of every month is, what is the maximum CAB going to be? Now, the reason why I explain that to you is because, like I said, anytime anything comes out of my mouth or comes out of my fingertips in this company, there's always eyes looking at us, right? There's always people that want to make just judgments or question anything that's said and twist and turn things. So I want to be clear as I can be here today to help you understand that going from 1.13 to 1.02 is a very positive thing, because it means that we successfully launched everything that we wanted to do in the last 30 days that most companies can't even do in a year, right? We relaunched an entire brand. We brought in a new product. We've done so many different things that are exciting. So just imagine for a second when each and every one of you and your team are starting to build on this, and you understand that the profitability from the company standpoint comes from the participation of what we do and the excitement, and obviously the inviting of new people as well, right? That every new business out there needs new customers. So I want to lead this into the direction of, it's December 16th, okay? And I've said this many times, most people at this point in time, they're done. You're done for the year. If you were being serious with me, if I ask every person on here, most of you have taken a break for the year. That's the truth. Now, whether you're going to admit it to yourself or not, you've mentally cashed out, because your mindset tells you this: people can't afford it, People don't want to do it. They want to wait till the first of the year. All those lies that you tell yourself. I've said this many times as a company and as an individual. Some of my biggest months have come in December. In fact, my 2 biggest months ever in this industry, in any business, have come in December. My biggest month as a broker, 5 of my top months were in December. Okay. So what I'm telling you is this: where most people are sitting back and chilling and thinking this is over until the first of the year. And by the way, by the first of the year, what they really mean is like January 7th or above. Like that's when they think that they're going to plug into this. If you're waiting for that, you are hurting your family. You're not hurting our company, you're hurting your family, because here's the deal. Most of you have big, exciting plans for 2020, right? We all want 2020 to be an amazing year for us. Let me ask you a question. If you want 2020 to be your best year ever for you and your family, you and your finance, you and your health, give me a number 7. If that's you here today, you want it to be the very, very best period for you and your family, give me a 7. And if you don't, I don't know what you're thinking. If you're not participating here, you're probably not participating in your business as well. Give me a number 7 if you want 2020 to be the best for you and your family. You have to name it and claim it, because here's the reality. I can't do it for you. Your sponsor can't do it for you. The leaders above you can't do it for you. The company can't do it for you, right? We can come out with the best products. We can have the best services. We can have the best events. We can have the best webinars. We can have the best marketing material. We can have the best auction products. We can win every single game of the week. We can have all the transparency in the world, but the bottom line is this is not about us. This is about you, and I hope that you understand that, right? This is about you making a decision for you and your family. Either you're going to stop like everybody else does in this industry, or you're going to march forward and believe that those lies that you're telling yourself, that people aren't excited right now, that people can't move right now because of the time of the year, is a flat out lie, right? This can be your very best month ever. There's still 15 days left in this month. There's 31 days. As we lead into the end of the year, I'm telling you to put the pedal to the metal, right? Push that gas pedal down, because here's what you don't want to happen. Once you lose momentum in anything, in any part of life, if you lose momentum in the gym, if you stop going for a week and then you try to go back, it's brutal, right? It's brutal. Like your lungs can't handle it. Your heart can't handle it. It's bad. And even the mindset of going back after having to restart is a bad deal. When you have a car that is running and you're pushing it, it's easy to push. If it stops and you have to restart it, you've already used your strength to start it once. It almost becomes impossible, right? Momentum, what stays in momentum continues in momentum. So don't let your business stall on you, right? Whatever you have to do to keep your team motivated, excited, internal competitions, whatever you have to do, talking about the next event. I don't know. Where am I going in 2020? Where's my company? Where's GCN going in 2020? We don't know, right? We don't know. It's up to the field. It's up to you guys. If you want us to come see you and you can put a couple hundred people in a room or 100 people in a room, why haven't you contacted us? Why aren't we on your calendar, right? That is on you as a company. And we do know a couple locations we're going, by the way. Michigan, you're right, Brett. We know we're going there for sure. But my point is this. As we go into 2020, I already said this on stage, I believe that what we will most likely see is we will see our company have more events internationally almost than we will have domestically. I don't know if you guys understand this, but we're attracting a tremendous amount of people into our company from an international standpoint. So what we will be doing is we will be growing in areas that we've never even seen before. And the scalability of what we do has to be at an astronomical level, okay? Because we will be bringing in many different Asian countries. We will be bringing in Europe. We will bring in Latin America. There were so many people that we connected with in Vegas this weekend that are fired up about what we're doing. And they're fired up not from a sense of, maybe what we do, but I think a little bit about who we are, right? They got a sense to see exactly the heart of our company, what we truly want to accomplish. And we are breaking the mold in this industry. But here's the deal, folks. It can't be me. It can't be Dwayne. It can't just be us. It has to be you as a leader, and you have to take responsibility for yourself. We've had many people that came up this weekend and had a chance to receive some monster checks. I mean, the lives that have been changed already in this short amount of time inside of our company, it's amazing to me. I had a lady come up to me in Vegas with her daughter, her 17-year-old daughter, and this is what I live for, by the way. She comes up and she's like, James, you have no idea what our last year has been to us. I mean, it's been awful for us. She's like, your company is the first light of hope that we've seen. It's the first time that we've been excited and that we're actually, it's life changing us. And I just wanted to come up and say thank you. And I want to tell, it's not me. That's you, right? I mean, we're doing what we can, and that was flattering to me, and I was excited. And I love those stories. Anytime you can hear your name in any type of testimony or your company's name, there's not a better compliment than that. So what I want to encourage you here today, I know this was a GCN update, but I want to update you, okay? Because if our company's updated, I can give you the news, I can tell you what's going on, but I want to update you on you, okay? Because that's what's most important. Your goal here today should be able to work with every single person in your team to get them jacked up from the floor up, right? About 2020 and what we're doing, but not in 2020, today. What are we planning for today? What can we get going for your business and your family here today that's going to propel you into 2020 where you can hit the ground running and you never look back? We're doing our part, and we're going to continue to do our part, okay? That part you don't have to worry about. We're going to continue to do what we say we're going to do, and hopefully we've proven that to many of you out there. But as we expand in these international markets, as we explode, there's such a huge incentive and opportunity for people to get going with us right now. Can you imagine being one of the very first people that got started with our company as we explode into 50,000 members and 100,000 members, and then 100,000 members a month, right? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the opportunity that you're going to have for you and your family? It's an exciting time. So with that being said, that's what I have for you, okay? That's the updates I wanted to give you on our company. I wanted to be crystal clear on why we make the decisions that we make. Because like I said, everything that I say gets, taken out of context, especially when I write. So I much rather have a conversation with you about what we're doing, so you have a complete understanding of where we're going as a company, which helps you. Okay. So with that being said, I'm willing to answer any questions. Now, let me give you just a little preface. Okay. If there is a customer support question, please take that up with customer support. But if there's any questions on the vision of the company, the auctions, the game of the weeks, where we're going, anything that can help others as we break into 2020, bring it at us. Okay, let me answer some questions here. Gary, thank you so much, man. It was great to see you in Vegas. You too, Patrick. We had an awesome time. I mean, that was one of the best times I've had, but I'm also so tired I can't see straight, so that's okay as well. But all right, any questions that I can help anyone out with here today before we wrap this thing up? I know it was only 23 minutes. It's the middle of the day. I wanted to make sure that we could, knock this out as quickly as possible, because many of you took time away from your lunch or whatever else you have going to be here. So any questions? All right, I don't see any. I know I'm going to give it just like 30 seconds because some people type a little bit slower than others. So if there's no questions, that's fine. We can definitely wrap it up. But can we tell you a little bit more about the fantasy football? So one thing that we talked about on Saturday is different areas that we might go into as a company. There's no definites yet, but one area that we talked about in an entertainment standpoint is the fantasy side of sporting, right? Or even the gaming. And by gaming, I'm not talking about like gaming casinos. I'm talking about like gamers and different things, different avenues that we can go into as far as a company is concerned, and give people the opportunity to use their credit. So the fantasy market, right? It's a huge market. Like, I mean, if you look at companies like FanDuel out there and DraftKings and so many others, there's opportunities out there. But let me give you a little tip, okay? The only way that those type of entertainments really work is if there's people, right? If there's enough people to make it happen. So as we grow as a company, those directions are directions that we can go, which is a pretty cool deal. I'm sure you can imagine we could have some amazing people that are coming into this business. I always say this, that don't care about, network marketing, they don't care about binaries or anything like that, but they're going to want to be part of the products and services that we have. Oh, Gary saying next big event, Southern California, early February. It's already in the works. All right. I'm glad to hear that. I love California. Will anyone that creates an account on any level, free or paid, receive a company update email? So Al, no, that is not the way it works right now. Right now we have free members and we have paid or active members, and we split our email up at this point in time. All right. Any other questions? That's a great question. When will the video be active on the website? We are working on it, okay? I can't promise you anything, but I would hope by the end of the week that is a possibility. But we will keep you posted on that. Tell us more about the Founders Club. So here's what I'm going to tell you about the Founders Club. Be watching your emails because I'm doing a special webinar on the Founders Club this week, okay? So this week, you'll receive a link that you can come and we will definitely record it. We need to do a much better job of getting that out there. It's an awesome opportunity for folks. So just know that that's coming this week and you can have definitely more information on that. Can something be put into place, take care of the issues with the emails? Al, what issues are you dealing with the email? And maybe I can answer that better. I'm not sure what issues there are specifically. Yeah, so Mike, Brent actually told me about that as well. I don't know why that's not on the website, but we will get that updated here tonight where people can actually see the packages, the cost of the packages and everything to do with them. Apologize for that, but yes, that's being updated. Thank you for the reminding us again. But Brent, I think Brent hit me on that yesterday, but yes, that's being done. How do we attract partners offshore? Here, this is my opinion. I think opinions vary on that. I think there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. I mean, obviously social media is a huge thing. I'm a big believer in making relationships before you ask for anything. So, you know, Francis, I think it's Francis. Yeah, Francis, what I would recommend is this. I would recommend you participating in other people's groups, getting to know other people on social media, and don't pitch them. Do not pitch them on this opportunity until you build that relationship. You know, the number one mistake that people make is they ask for the date before they ever even get to know someone, right? They ask for someone's hand in marriage. I assume you wouldn't ask your wife, right, or your husband to marry you without even ever having a conversation with them about that. And that's what I see in this business. I see a lot of people posting their link on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and they don't even know the people, right? It's just like, hey, come join my business. Let me give you a little tip. No one's going to do it. So get to know these people, be part of conversations. I think that that's the best way to do it. That's my opinion. Your sponsor or whoever brought you in might have a different opinion, but that's my opinion. Oh, thank you, Al. I appreciate it. Yeah, we've been told that as well, that maybe we should include the free members as well. And I think there's specific emails that we definitely could do that on, and then there's some that we can't. So we might need to do better at monitoring that, just create two different lists inside of our company. I think that wouldn't be that difficult to do. I don't know why they took them down, guys, the packages, but we'll definitely get them up. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, any other questions? Maybe Brent took them down. He's the one that told me about it. I'm just kidding, Brent. All right, any other questions here before we wrap this thing up? Packages will definitely get taken care of tonight, guys. What about having an event in New York? Craig, I'm down with having an event anywhere. If you guys can put people in the seat, I'm there, right? I mean, it's all about numbers with us. I mean, you know, we just talked about the company and the corporate structure and the profits that are generated and how we designate certain things to different areas, right? If the demand is there, the people are there, we're going to be there. Okay. That it's that simple. If it makes sense for us financially to go there to put in the investment, because you know these events, that's what we're doing, right? We're buying the rooms, we're making contracts with the hotels, we're flying out a lot of our staff. So there's always a pretty big expense that goes into an event. But if the numbers make sense and the demand is there, we'll be there to help you. I can assure you of that. Dolly, announcement of the new maximum CAB 1.02 does not hold true to all affiliates. I'm not sure what that means other than we have a minimum and a maximum bonus. So yeah, the minimum is still 0.25%. The maximum is 1.02. So I'm not sure if that's what you mean by that, but yes, that's exactly right. For those who are wanting to participate in every GOW, is there a way to choose to participate in every game automatically? Wow, Joanne, that's interesting. I mean, I've never even thought about that. I think that that's something that we could implement programming wise. yeah, that if you wanted to, dictate a certain amount that goes to every GOW, that's pretty cool idea. So that's something we can work on. Thank you. Because you're right. Sometimes you're out. Like yesterday was a last minute thing almost. And I'm glad we did it, but we almost didn't do it because we got the information late. So I think that's a great idea. All right. Any other questions here? I'll answer one or two more questions if they come, or we're going to get this wrapped up. Yeah. So Nimi, I'm not sure I'm saying your name right. Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez. We talked about this at the event as well. I know that maximum is 50 right now. We are going to lower that a little bit because I know if someone comes at the 0.01 package, that's like $75. And then you have them come in again and they want to participate. That's a big gap there. So yes, we're working on some of that. Oh, thank you, Patrick. Dean, I have an appointment right after this, but if you can shoot me a text, let's set up a time and we can do that. Are you going to drop from 100 credits transfers between members? Going to drop from 100 credits transfers. I'm not sure what that means, Mark. I don't know how to answer that question. Are you going to drop from 100 credits transfers between members? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even know that minimum was there until we were doing the Zoom the other night. I think someone just made that decision from a programming standpoint without really asking. I don't know why that's there. I don't see any problem with like dropping it to 10. If people want to do that, they should be able to. Just so you guys know that if people do transfer credits, they're not withdrawable. They have to be used. So just so you know. All right. Any final questions? I got to tell you, this was like kind of the best part of the event as well, because we really got to some of the details and the meat and the potatoes, what people really wanted, right? Outside of the vision and obviously what we do. So I love Q&A. Sometimes they're tough, but it's still good. All right. So look, I've got 1:33 my time. I appreciate everybody taking the time to come out here today. Like I said, I know it's the middle of the day for a lot of you. We recorded this call, so we'll definitely get it up on YouTube so everybody will see it. Troy, that's coming. As I talked about, hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have a new video that's up for everybody to see as well. So we are working on all of these things. I know that they're needed to help you with your business, and we're doing everything on our side to do that. One thing that we are doing, just so you guys know, from a landing page standpoint, we're creating a process in which the landing page collects the information, then they're redirected to either a movie or an overview call. So, and then taken to there's a sign up link on there. So just so you know, the funnel that we're building right now will go from a landing page to a video or an overview call that will be generic to a sign up page. So just hope you guys understand that. Update on the app. Yeah, so the app is still in the progress. I tried to get a mock-up for this weekend, and we didn't get it done, but the app is being done. You got to understand something. We just rolled out the new website last week, as you guys know. So in order for them to do the app properly, we had to have the things in place on our side. So they're updating everything on that as well. So the app is coming. If you guys didn't know that, we do have an app that's already in production that should be done very soon, which will be awesome because it's going to open up a whole new world in regards to being able to participate in the games of the week and the auctions and things like that. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody taking the time to join us. Definitely, I think it was an awesome call. Great questions, as always. For those of you who attended Vegas, again, I want to say thank you for taking the time to do that. It meant a lot to me that you spent your time and your money to be there, especially in the time of month it is. I want to encourage you to, again, put the pedal to the metal. Don't let your momentum start just because it's December 16th. This is the best time of the year for you to make money for you and your family as we go into 2020 with complete clarity, momentum, and rocking this thing. So thank you guys for coming out here today. We'll see you on the overview call tomorrow night, and just be on the lookout for games of the week and the auctions tonight. We have some awesome auctions, so make sure you have your credits ready because we're going to roll it out. All right, see y'all. Bye-bye.